This is Kudilar television channel, part A of the Baby Angel Geronimo Manifesto editions. Part A, timed at 0900 hours GMT, London, UK, Saturday, the 18th of May, 2024. The corrupt Communist Party of Great Britain, so-called Daily, Morning Star, has got on its front page this banal headline: huge crowds expected to mark Nakba in solidarity. This is not a campaigning headline or heading against apartheid South Africa. Apartheid South Africa is now calling the apartheid Israel apartheid Zionist state. This is the description is National March through London renews calls for Gaza ceasefire, and British public agrees. Again, it's a banal front page in the Morning Star. And the reason we call the Morning Star is because it scars the truth. The Morning Star, this edition is of course supposed to be the weekend edition covering both Sunday and Saturday, and it's priced £1.80. This one has got a piece byline to Diana Abbott, but it's obviously written by somebody else. It says the threat to our security comes from the warmongers. Now, who the fuck are the warmongers? Does she think that Vladimir Putin is a warmonger? Because Putin is one of the warmongers currently responsible for the massacres of innocent civilians across Europe. And there is a piece on page 12 where it says American senators were ranting, nuke Gaza. And there is no heading or report of that particular rant in Fleet Street. Not that I have noticed. The front page of the weekend edition of the Eye reads benefit system, insiders reveal how targets are used to decide disability claims. We shall be talking extensively about that. And there is an item on page 4 of the I newspaper saying the supermarket coffee sales linked to mass deforestation, and on page 5 there is a piece about the BBC investigating furnace complaints. That issue is given the front page splash by the Murdoch, Dirty Digger Murdoch scum. And the same I paper on page 6 says, Tories and Labour are accused of hiding real spending plans. And Katie Bowles, who is the columnist from the Spectator, because she is a executive editorial. What is she described as, Katie Bowles? Katie Bowles is political editor of the Spectator. And the piece in her name today in the I newspaper is headed Tories risk losing pensioners' vote. And on page 9 of the I newspaper, Dominic Cummings' new political party takes inspiration from Singapore. Can you believe that? Whatever else, and on page 10 of the I, there is this piece headed Reeves-Rayner, tensions could shape a Labour government. Reeves meaning Rachel Reeves, a Zionist, racist liar, and Angela Rayner, the elected deputy of the Labour Party. And on page 13 is the details of the front page lead item. Disabled people are being set up to fail, say benefit system insiders. We shall be talking indeed extensively about that. So what is this kitten, the picture of the kitten doing in this? Well, apparently this kitten is a big one. He slimmed down. It's called, the heading is Colossal Cat, back in trim after slim. And a piece is byline to Sylvie Wilkinson. This is a picture of the kitten. Well, the pictures. And there is the inquiry into the post office scandal. And it's an update on Venels could not accept injustice claims. Well, she personifies injustice. So it is odd that they have got this headline. Embattled Zelensky, that is the Ukrainian moron, reveals plan to call up prisoners to bolster Ukraine army. And there's a piece by this individual guest columnist named Sarah Pascoe, and this piece is headed, "Of course, my cleaner knows my dirtiest secrets." And this is a banal heading given to the piece by Emma Barnett, which is headed, "What a pleasure it is to be up at 3 a.m. and on the air." And there's a life and brief tribute to Charlie Conran, who has died in her 90s. What is the. She was born in 32 and died on the 9th of May 2024. Patrick Coburn, in his piece on page 28 of the Eye, is referring to the Slovakian far-right fascist who was the subject of an assassination attempt. So Patrick Coburn's piece is headed, "Assassination attempts are inevitable in a world at war." There's a piece on dementia about two people, the husband and wife. Wife has got dementia, and the husband is saying that he feels that he is grieving for her while she is still alive. And the evening's No Standards of Friday has got a piece on Paul McCartney, saying that he's a billionaire. And Rachel Reeves says she will work with Sadiq Khan in post as London mayor, or at the expense of London, on Hammersmith Bridge fiasco. These are serial banalities. Shall come to the latest banality and idiocy concerning Newham Council, which has asked comment on the safety of building high-rise buildings. From one of the buildings, a 5-year-old fell 15 floors down and died. The New York Council has refused or denied or has failed to respond to the questions. And there is a piece about Emma Raducanu in the weekend features of the Times. And the Times magazine leads the cover with this statement, quote, "The 11 men who changed my life, for better or worse." And it's by Caitlin Moron. Now, Caitlin Moron has been given platforms quite indiscriminately by the current regime at the Times. There is no escaping her. She has got a piece, she's got a column called Celebrity Watch, which used to appear on Fridays in the Times, section 2 of the Times. And in the last few weeks, it has been appearing on Thursdays. And the spinal column, a disabled person called Melanie Reid in her column this week, says we are downsizing after 32 years in the same house and it's torture. Here is what it's taught me. And Rio Ferdinand, a footballer, is given the sport on under the what I have learned. And the reference to Stephen Lawrence in that column, in that piece, is a heading, Stephen Lawrence was murdered when I was at secondary school. Stephen was a fellow pupil. It had a massive impact on me. The whole school was challenged by it, and we saw it become nationwide news. Now, is that all? It appears to be all about Stephen Lawrence and him. What a pathetic moron. None of these things matters. Whether he was at the same school as Stephen Lawrence or not, because the moron is leaving out the main issue. So what is she doing, Caitlin Moron? What About Man by Caitlin Moron is published by Ebury Press or Ebury Press at £10.99. So the promotion in the Times newspaper, of course, will continue beyond this promotion in the magazine. And there is another feature article which reads, would you buy a £10 million house from this man and his crack team? These are crack team, the women. It's like he's running a brothel. The way these women are exhibited makes it look like a brothel, not a property company. And there is a piece about Hitler's radar. It's headed Operation Biting, the daring raid to steal Hitler's radar. And there is a piece by Giles Corran, Alan Corran's son. Don't explain the menu to me like I last ate out at a Barney Inn in 1974. And don't tell me what small plates and big plates are. I know. I remember these items, Betterman, and this Robert Crampton says peer pressure is nothing compared with wife pressure. I realize I haven't grown out of all that macho nonsense. Now, reading those ones, I obviously are not all the headings and features in the papers today, but reading those gives and should give a summary idea about the futility and the stupidity and the lack of connection with reality by Fleet Street newspapers and media. There is a lot to go through, but I'll summarize this. The Daily Mail runs with the picture on the front page of this woman called Rebecca Jones, age 30, who has been found guilty and has been described as a predator for having slept with two pupils in the school in Manchester. So, where is Rebecca? That is Rebecca. And the picture they have published is not consistent with the picture that the police have released, because this picture makes her look like a teenager herself. She's age 30. And the main 2,100 pounds bill to cover the Labour Party's incumbency in government if that happens.